part of Ado-Ekiti flows a sacred river known as Omirin, the river of divine fishes. Here, the waters do more than nourish the land. They carry the spirit of a goddess. Local legend tells of a powerful deity who transformed herself into this river, leaving behind as sacred children the fishes that swim within. To harm them is taboo. To eat them unthinkable. According to the people, no matter how long this fish boils, it will never soften. And anyone who dares to defile the sacred order by catching or cooking a fish from Omirin will face the wrath of the goddess herself.
Ẹja tó wà ńbẹ̀ wọn kì í pa ẹgẹt wọn kì í pa ẹrí gbogbo ọ̀pẹ tó wà lókè ńbẹ̀ yẹ wọn kì í da ẹja yẹ ló jẹ́ important jù fún apẹja etérin kó o ṣe é kò ní jiná wọn kì í pa gan kẹ́hìn gbọ́ mi sà wọn kì í pa ẹnìkan dán oníjọ́ kínní àná.
Kówé sùn ká yìí ṣe.
Kówé kò sí nǹkan tó ní ẹja yẹn máa ṣe pé tóun bá mú lọ léwọn á sè é ó ṣe ẹja yẹn títí tí ẹja yẹn ò jiná péjọ. Ejò wà láwárí ọ̀hún tí wọ́n pèsè di lẹ́jọ́ pé ó pẹja ẹni.
Kí làwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó wá gbé lẹ́yìn yẹn?
Ó ṣètìtù ni.
Ètùtù rẹ̀ ló ètùtù ẹni ló ṣe bẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yá. Eku bó ti ṣètìtù.
Bó ti ṣètìtù rẹ̀ ó wà in life till now.
The Erin Ayonigba River is not only a site of mystery, but also of healing.
Òun lè dókítà rẹ̀ agidi. A gbọ́ ọmọ yìí dókítà ló gbé kàí ló bímọ. Òun lọ́ba iṣẹ́. Òun la alágbo ìwòyá wo mọ́. Torí kó bá ti lóyún sínú, ẹbẹ̀ láti ẹ̀gbàgbọ́ títí fún mọ́kà mú ebi.
The people believe that its waters cleanse the body and spirit. They drink from it, bathe in it, and use it in their daily lives, trusting the river spirit to protect their community from harm.
Tẹ́yìn bá gba àbọ̀dè, ojú ẹsẹ̀ yẹn ló máa lè rìn yẹn máa rí tán á padà.
Visitors often come to feed the sacred fish with bread, watching as they gather gracefully at the surface.
Àwọn òyìnbó àwọn nǹkan kan ìṣẹ̀ṣe tán máa wá náà wá mú bíi 5 litre táà fi rọ omi táà ṣàdúrà táà ṣe tí à ń gbàdúrà. Níjọ́ kan àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni tó rọ́mọ bí wá sísàlẹ̀ lọ́run àwa gbàdúrà fún wa ọdún kejì ẹ̀ ọwọ́ agbọ́mọyẹ wá láti ṣàdúrà fún.
For the people of Erin, Omirin is more than just the water. It is life, healing, and the heartbeat of their faith.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day. It's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon. So they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olushosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the lawnmower operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food. That's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses. And if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and, risk of having food disease and, disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for our Ekpe dump site, which has been closed. That's by the free trade zone. There's going to be a waste-to-energy plant there to be constructed by Harvest Waste, a Dutch company. And that waste-to-energy plant will take in about 2,500 tons of waste daily to generate 60 to 80 megawatts of electricity to power the future of Lagos. Loma has a partnership with Lamata to build a biogas plant that will take in organic waste, both solid and liquid organic waste, and generate biomethane to power the mass transit fleet of Lamata and the compactor trucks that we use for collection of waste statewide.
For us as a local government, it's something we've done with our legislative arm within us here at Agege local government, is to make sure that anyone caught disposing waste the wrong way is going to be fined 50,000 naira, and they would also sign an agreement that allows us to know that once they do the same thing again, is either they pay more fine, and also we also hand them over to the necessary authorities to carry out all other regulations on the all other enforcement on them. For example, some people actually go to serve jail term, in regards to dropping refuse, illegally. That's one thing. And also environmental sanitation. People that don't sanitize, carry out sanitation in their houses, clean their drainages, will seal up their houses and ensure they pay a fine. After sensitization, which is the month of September, we are also going straight to inner street sweeping. We'll be bringing out people from the communities who will be appointed as street sweepers, and we'll pay them to make sure our inner streets are clean. We'll be making sure we carry along and the stakeholders around the ones that are nominated by the government to sweep the major highways, across local governments. Also, we are building an enforcement team, creating an enforcement team to manage people who have decided that they want to drop waste illegally. And not only that, we are also creating a drainage team that will be clearing all drainages across our local governments. We are also empowering and ensuring that we strengthen our own local security operatives to help us ensure that we catch people who are dropping waste illegally.
For now, Lagosians wait and hope that promises of cleaner, safer...
Welcome to the African News. Members of the Nigerian Labour Congress gathered at the NLC Secretariat Labour House in Abuja on Wednesday to begin a nationwide protest against rising insecurity and worsening economic conditions across the country. The demonstrations come after weeks of mobilization and follows a closed-door meeting with President Bola Tinubu aimed at averting the action. Leading the march were NLC President Joe Ajaero and civil society allies, including activist Omoyele Shobore of the Revolution Now movement. Protesters carried placards and chanted slogans demanding urgent government action to curb violent crime, kidnappings, banditry, and other security threats that have affected workers and citizens alike. While the protest is primarily focused on insecurity, it also reflects broader labor grievances, including unresolved agreements with the federal government, rising cost of living, and the impact of insecurity on workers' productivity and safety. Across the country, solidarity actions are underway. In Lagos, Anambra, and Rivers State, protesters rallied with similar messages, and unions such as the Amalgamated Union of App-Based Transporters of Nigeria pledged support for peaceful demonstrations. Police have placed command on high alert and deployed tactical units in several states to ensure the protests remain orderly and to deter any attempts by non-protest elements to escalate tensions. A member of the House of Representatives, Abdulsamad Dasuki, has raised concerns over alleged alterations to recently passed tax laws, claiming the gazetted version differs from the harmonized bills approved by both chambers of the National Assembly. Raising the matter under privilege at Wednesday plenary, Dasuki said his review of the Gazette laws alongside the votes and proceedings of the House and the Senate showed discrepancies between what was passed and what was published. He described the situation as a breach of lawmakers' privileges and the Constitution. Dasuki called on the House to compare the harmonized version with the Gazette copy and urged that all relevant documents be presented to the Committee of the Whole for review and possible amendment. In response, Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, said the matter would be examined and addressed in the interest of the country. On security matter, a soldier was killed on Tuesday after gunmen attacked vehicles on the OKENE AUCHI road and abducted 13 passengers. Security sources says the attackers intercepted a Toyota Sienna traveling from Abuja to Delta State, abducting 6 of the 9 occupants, while 3 escaped. In a related incident, a Toyota ICE bus heading from Delta State to Abuja was also stopped, with 7 of its passengers abducted and 4 rescued. A non-commissioned officer of the Nigerian Army, who identified himself as a soldier, was shot during the attack and later died from gunshot wounds. Reports confirmed that both vehicles were recovered, as 5 empty 7.62 mm shells were found at the scene, and the soldier's body was taken to OKENE General Hospital mortuary, while statements were obtained from rescued passengers. Security forces have launched joint operations to rescue the abducted victims and track the assailants, as authorities say security has been reinforced along the roads. Moving on, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed, has issued a clarification denying a purported statement circulating in the media regarding allegations made against him. Ahmed emphasized that the statements did not originate from him and that as a regulator of a sensitive industry, he has chosen not to engage in public debates. He explained that the person behind the allegations has taken the matter to a formal investigative institution, which he believes will provide an opportunity to examine the issues objectively and clear his name. The Benue State government has directed political appointees intending to contest elective offices in the 2027 elections to resign their appointments with immediate effect. The directive was contained in a memo dated December 16, 2025, signed by Deputy Governor Sam Ode and issued in Makurdi today. It cited increased political activities in the state as a reason for the decision. Affected appointees were asked to formally indicate their interest by submitting resignation letters and forwarding expressions of interest for their desired offices to the Office of the Deputy Governor no later than December 18, 2025 for further processing. Lagos State is taking bold steps to shape its future as a mega city with a focus on sustainable housing, infrastructure investment, and innovative urban planning. The 6th Lagos Real Estate Marketplace Conference and exhibition currently underway brought together policymakers, investors, industry experts, and international delegates. We have more on this report.
Lagos State is reinforcing its position as a global hub for real estate investment as policymakers, investors, and urban development experts gather at the 6th Lagos Real Estate Marketplace Conference and Exhibition. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide SANWO-OLU, has emphasized that the housing in Lagos is not just about building, but about human dignity, economic productivity, social stability, and the kind of city the state aims to become. He highlighted that through partnerships, regulatory reforms, innovation, and deliberate infrastructure investment, Lagos is being shaped into a mega city that works for many, not just a few.
We're pushing on regulation. We're using regulation not to stifle the market, but to strengthen it. Through La Serera, we're promoting transparency, we're enhancing professionalism, and we're pushing for customer protection.
Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Muiz Banire, urged stakeholders to consider whether Lagos is being developed for short-term convenience or as an enduring legacy. He emphasized that true progress is measured not by tall buildings or wild roads, but by the quality, dignity, and sustainability of life that infrastructure provides.
No nation rises above the quality of its infrastructure. The developed world was not built on slogans, but they are all built on systems.
The special advisor on housing to the governor of Lagos State, Barakat Odunuga, highlighted that the conference serves as a strategic platform for global partnership focused on sustainable housing solutions. She noted that the participation of international delegates from Spain, Canada, the USA, and South Africa demonstrates Lagos's growing recognition as a global frontier for real estate innovation and investment.
The government has increased access to practitioners' inquiries, protecting vulnerable stakeholders and promoting transparency. For public awareness, we're collaborating with professional bodies by raising awareness about engaging licensed practitioners and seeking regulatory inputs throughout real estate projects.
Governor of Lagos State, Babajide SANWO-OLU, has also hosted the year 2025 Outstanding Officers at a special luncheon, recognizing public servants who have demonstrated exceptional dedication, professionalism, and commitment to service. The governor also announced the promotion of Toyin Anjus Ademuyiwa, former Director General of the Lagos State Office of Transformation, Creativity, and Innovation, to the post of Permanent Secretary. The award celebrates excellence in the Lagos State Public Service and encourage more productivity across government ministries and agencies. We have more on this report.
Lagos State Governor Babajide SANWO-OLU has commended public servants for their professionalism and dedication as he hosted the year 2025 Outstanding Officers of the Lagos State Public Service at a special luncheon organized by the Office of the Head of Service, describing the initiative as a deliberate effort to promote excellence and consistency in service delivery. The governor urged the award recipients to sustain high standards and continually refine their skills, noting that foreign visitors had praised Lagos public servants for their efficiency and competence, while stressing that the state's achievements are driven by collective effort within the public service.
You need to be able to continually show excellence in everything you do. Don't say that, they've commended me once last year, so next year, let them go and commend another person. No, if you're excellent, you're excellent. Consistency, you must continue to build it. You must continue to show it. And that's what I want to leave with you. To tell you that, once you have identified that skill in you, continue to oil it. Don't let it go down.
Governor SANWO-OLU also announced the appointment of Toyin Anjus Ademuyiwa, former Director General of the Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, as a permanent secretary, reaffirming that the public service remains central to governance and development in Lagos State. Earlier, the head of service, Bode Aguru, said the event marks the grand finale of the 2025 Public Service Week, disclosing that 177 officers emerged from 312 nominations, with vehicles and cash rewards presented to outstanding officers, alongside additional financial incentives announced by the governor.
I would like to congratulate the recipients of the outstanding award and to remind you that the recognition of hard work and dedication is more work and more dedication. Therefore, I urge you to continue to exhibit a high sense of responsibility, diligence, and commitment to duty.
The luncheon concluded with renewed calls for integrity, professionalism, and sustained excellence in the Lagos State Public Service, as government reaffirmed its commitment to rewarding merit, motivating officers, and strengthening service delivery across the state.
Outside Lagos, in Enugu State, Governor Peter Mbah has overhauled his cabinet, swearing in a new head of service and 6 new commissioners, while reassigning 3 others to fresh portfolios. The new head of service is Dr. Godwin Anigbo, while the newly appointed commissioners include Engineer Benjamin Osita Oko for Works and Infrastructure, Professor Benedict Ekutosi Okoli for Human Development and Poverty Eradication, Eyina Franklin Ogbona for Energy and Mineral Resources, Dr. Samuel Ogbu Nwobodo for Trade, Investment and Industry, Professor George Ugu for Health, and Engineer Ben Collis Undu Jr. for Water Resources. 3 other commissioners were reassigned: Dr. Felix Nnamani to Labor and Employment, Dr. Malachi Agbo to Information, and Engineer Gerald Otiji to Housing. The governor also urged all appointees to hit the ground running. Set to launch a 1.23 trillion naira power sector bond to address the massive debt owed to generation companies. The bond, backed by a sovereign guarantee, is a part of a broader 4 trillion naira program designed to stabilize the electricity sector and restore investor confidence. Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, said the bond is structured to attract long-term institutional investors and will help GENCOs recover some of the 6 trillion naira owed to them. The move is expected to improve electricity generation and encourage further investment in the sector. The Nigerian Ports Authority recorded a 1,085% surge in export-laden containers as total cargo throughput climbed to 33.52 million metric tons in the third quarter of 2025. Operational data released by the authorities show that overall cargo handled during the period rose by 16.2% from 28.84 million metric tons recorded in the corresponding quarter of 2024, underscoring increased trade activity across Nigerian ports. Container operations were a major driver of the improved performance. Total container traffic grew by 18.9% to 546,931 20-foot equivalent units in Q3 2025, compared with 460,038 TEUs in the same period of 2024. Commenting on the performance, the Managing Director of NPA, Abubakar Dantosho, attributed the strong results to the federal government's export-driven economic reforms and growing investor confidence. He noted that the figures reflect improved operational efficiency across all pilotage districts. Industry analyst says the Q3 performance highlights the rising contribution of the maritime sector to Nigeria's non-oil export drive, in line with the country's broader economic diversification agenda. And now to foreign affairs. The United States has announced new entry restrictions affecting Nigeria and 23 other countries. The policy is aimed at strengthening national security and improving vetting processes. Nigeria faces partial restrictions that affect certain visa categories. The development has raised concerns about its potential impact on travel, education and business relations, with diplomatic reactions expected as stakeholders assess the implications. And now to sport. Former Super Eagles captain and Nigeria's most capped player, Ahmed Musa, has announced his retirement from international football. Musa announced his retirement via a statement on Wednesday, bringing an end to nearly 15 years of service to the national team. The former Super Eagles captain said he took the decision after deep reflection, noting that wearing the Nigerian jersey meant everything to him from his first call up. He recalled his early days with simultaneous invitations to the under-20, under-23 and senior national teams, stressing that he never hesitated to answer the nation's call. Musa, who earned 111 caps for Nigeria, described becoming the most capped player in the country's football history as a great honor, saying he always understood the responsibility that came with representing the nation. Musa added that playing for Nigeria was always bigger than personal challenges. Moving on, France and Paris Saint-Germain. Dembele won the men's FIFA Best Award at a ceremony in Qatar on Tuesday night, while Barcelona midfield maestro BONMATI won the women's prize. Dembele, 28, won the Ballon d'Or in September, rewarding an exceptional season with PSG, which included the League One club's first Champions League title. Former Borussia Dortmund and Barcelona forward Dembele, who was part of the France team that won the World Cup in 2018, scored 35 goals in all competitions as PSG claimed the French League and Cup double, as well as European glory. Moving on, FIFA has introduced a new lower price ticket category for the 2026 World Cup following a global fan criticism over high ticket costs. The Global Football Governing Body announced that it has created a limited number of supporter entry tickets priced at $60 for all 104 matches, including the final, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. According to FIFA, the $60 tickets will be reserved for supporters of qualified teams and will make up 10% of each national federation's allocation. The aim is to make the tournament more affordable for traveling fans. Critics also noted that the adjustment followed strong backlash globally and called on FIFA to do more to make tickets genuinely accessible to everyday supporters amid extraordinary demand with millions of ticket requests already logged. Finally, in entertainment, businessman and politician Ned Nwoko has stated that actress Regina Daniels' access to their children would be conditional on undergoing drug rehabilitation. Nwoko said the decision was taken in the best interest of the children, stressing their safety, welfare, and emotional well-being. He described the condition as protective rather than punitive. The comments have sparked mixed reactions on social media, with some supporting his stance, while others have called for privacy in resolving family matters. As of the time of this report, Regina Daniels has not publicly responded to the claims. Fast-rising singer Fola has also issued a public apology following backlash over his first headline content. Fans had complained of poor organization, delays and overcrowding at the event, with several videos circulating online. Fola acknowledged the shortcomings and described the experience as a learning curve. He thanked fans who attended despite the challenges and promised better planning and organization at future performances. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Police Command has arrested social media influencer Habib Hamzat, popularly known as Pella, following a viral video that showed dangerous conduct during a live broadcast. Police says the matter is under investigation and have warned content creators against engaging in actions that endanger lives, stressing that such behavior will not be tolerated. And that's the news at 3 p.m. on African News 24 TV. Please don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Lydia Ajayi. Good afternoon.